Welcome back to Grow Joyfully and Garden Tour Saturday. Your host is Grandma Sandy. The co-hosts are Suffolk Susie, Patricia N. Cube, and Growing on Vancouver Island. This is an open collaboration that anyone can join. Just make sure you put on hashtag Garden Tour Saturday. It's 49 degrees outside right now on this overcast, cold, blustery day, and it's almost 60 degrees. I take that back. It's over 60 degrees, almost 65 degrees here in the greenhouse. My brother, up in the mountains where I grew up, they had 4 inches of snow last night, and they're expecting 5 more today. So in many ways, I'm glad to be down here. I miss being up in the mountains, but it's nice to not have the snow. The herbal tea of the day is hibiscus and raspberry leaf and echinacea plus. We kind of had a different start to our day. Instead of coming right out to the greenhouse like I like to do, my husband, my daughter, and I went to a local nursery. It's an organic nursery, a little bit different, a little bit Birkenstocky, if you know what I mean. But kind of cool, quite expensive, but we found a few cool things there. I found some German butterball tomato seed, which I have never grown before. I think my son grew some, our third son. I'm not sure if he was crazy about them or not. Now at this nursery, the potato seed was $3 a pound. And here I was thinking that at the other farm store closer to our house, it was 89 cents a pound for red Pontiac, russet, or Yukon Gold. But $3 a pound for these, all different varieties, and most of them were gone. This is the German butterball, so I guess we'll see, won't we? I really want to plant them in a container and kind of maybe control it more. Last year we planted quite a few out there in the pasture garden. Now you have to keep in mind that a lot of this area, it's only like on its... Last year was probably its second or third season, and it was totally unturned soil before that. So it was definitely lacking nutrition. But I talked to my brother, and he said, well, don't forget your wood ash. And then listening to Miss Gail at Georgia Peachnut and Natalie at Find Joy in the Journey, and also probably Heather at Tomatoes, Poppies, and Everything. They go over, and I think Miss Renee at Renee's Garden Adventures go over how to plant their potatoes in a pot, and I really want to try that. So I'm going to definitely make sure that I put some wood ash in the bottom of the pot. I need to go over their videos and if I get time and see how they did it exactly. But I'm going to use bone meal, blood meal, and I have this Garden Tone organic herb and vegetable food. And I was always curious about what the numbers were. The numbers, where are the numbers? Here we go. 344. So 3 on the nitrogen scale, 4 on the phosphorus, 4 on the potassium. So I'm going to try that and grow it in a pot, see if I can have any more response. Like I said yesterday, I bought quite a few pounds of russets, red Pontiac, and Yukon Gold potato seed. Not to mention my cute little Clancy potato seed I planted yesterday. So I'm curious to see if it will help. Another thing I wanted to go over was comfrey fertilizer. My brother and I discussed this morning several different types of, shall we say, fertilizer teas. And one of them is comfrey. One of them is rabbit manure, believe it or not. It does not have to age. I think goat and rabbit manure does not have to age over a year like cow or horse or any other kind of manure. So you can make a tea out of that. All it means is that you look up the amounts of things that you put in to water, and then you let it sit and age for a little while, then you can use it. There was another one he mentioned, and that's wood ash. So when we have our burn piles here, you can not only sprinkle it on the soil and mix it in, you can not only put it in the bottom of the hole for a tomato and a potato, but you put it down clear in the bottom of the hole, then you cover it over with some dirt, and you don't want to put too much in. Again, consult YouTube for some of the directions and the amounts. But so there are many different kinds of gardening tea that you can make. Then add that to the wonderful yeast fertilizer that Krista taught me about. Krista from Almost Off-Grid Grandma. And things are looking up. Things are looking pretty good. Not that I don't like this garden tone, but of course it costs a lot more money. If you want to be even maybe more sure of what you're using and what chemicals are going into it, or you want to save on money, this is another route to go. So we've got the German butterball potatoes, and of course we could not help ourselves. I had to look at the tomatoes, and look at this. I found a brand new one, Holly Myrbearer tomato. This is the Snake River Seed Cooperative that I was talking about. That's kind of based in Idaho and around the area. So I guess area growers will grow these seeds and make sure that they've not mixed with anything else, not crossed with anything else. But I like what he or she says here. I freaking love this tomato. Truly heart-shaped with velvety texture. So good. Anyway, so these are real seeds grown by sustainable farmers in the Intermountain West, which is where I live. And looky what I found from another seed company, Territorial. We have chocolate sprinkles, and it's an F1 hybrid. So it is direct, like I talked on the video yesterday. An F1 is the first filial generation, the immediate result from crossing two plants. So that's what an F1 is. And then I believe if it goes to F2, it's one more generation more stable, F3, etc. Kind of interesting stuff. And this, I have never grown shallots. This is a Zebrun shallot. So I don't even know how you do this, so I'm going to have to read up on it. You're supposed to plant indoors 4 to 6 weeks before transplanting. It takes 4 to 10 days to germinate. And when you plant it outdoors, you plant them 6 inches apart, and it requires full sun. So that's going to be exciting. We'll have to see how that turns out. It originated in France. So we'll have to see. They have a sweet and mild taste, and they're an excellent choice for everyday and gourmet cooking. Okay, and then I had to get some more sweet peas. This is the late Spencer Choice Mix. And it says they're strong stem, vigorous plants, and they produce multitudes of fragrant blooms, especially suited for cut flowers. Beautiful hues of red, pink, white, rose, purple, and blue. So I'm excited about that. This my daughter wanted for her cut flower garden, the Jewels of Opar. Kind of cool, huh? So let's see what this does. It's also known as the Fame flower, and it has eye-catching mats of succulent chartreuse foliage and attractive sprays of pink flowers, followed by ruby orange seed pods. So that's going to be interesting. She also wanted to get bronze fennel, which I have had before, and I did raise it. I don't think I've been totally in love with fennel. If anything smells like anise, or black licorice, count me out. I can't do it. But she's going to use this for her cut flower arrangements. It's a good filler for that. As well as this one, the amaranth. Hot Biscuits Amaranth. Look at the color. It's peach, apricot-y. So pretty. So that is our exciting seed buy for today. And then I want to get busy potting up because with these new seeds and other things, I've got a lot to do. But another exciting thing is at this nursery, they have a lot of fruit trees and bushes like raspberries, blueberries, boysenberries, mulberries, you name it, strawberries. They've just got a lot of things. And what we did was we purchased some table grapes because where we moved, this one is called Himrod. It's an odd name. But where we took out the raspberries, sorry, one-handed here, I don't even know if you can see, right there last Saturday, and transplanted them in the pasture garden. Okay, so we got the Himrod is a green grape, and then this one is a purpley pink, and then this one's not even written on. I hope that it's on the receipt or that she can remember what it's called, or we will just see what they look like in a couple of years. And then we got a dark purple grape. And of course there's no name on that one either. Oh, here it is. Jupiter. So we've got a dark purple grape named Jupiter. 4 different kinds. So we're going to have probably one on each end, growing them towards each other. Because on our current grape trellis, right there, we have a purple Concord grape, and then we have a yellow grape. And Diana from Diana's Homestead has diligently planted things in her food forest, and I have to say I admire that, and I'm a bit jealous. An orchard here, we've probably got close to, no, probably at least 20 trees or more. We have 2 cherries, a nectarine. My daughter planted apricot for the first time. We have several peaches, 3 pears actually, and then we have an espalier apple that has 4 different varieties, and then we have a grafted plum tree that has elephant heart plums and a beautiful yellow sweet plum. So we do have that orchard. We've started growing it almost 24 years ago this month, and different things. But I like how she's always focusing on planting blueberries, fruit trees, different kinds of berry bushes, perennial things that will come back that will be really good for self-sustainability. So, another shout out there to Diana. Anyway, so I am anxious to get some of these things potted up. I'm going to wish you a wonderful day and encourage you to join these open collaborations. This one, Garden Tour Saturday, is hosted by Grandma Sandy, co-hosted by Suffolk Susie, Patricia N. Cube, and Growing on Vancouver Island. So it's a lot of fun to join the collaborations. I've been looking around for new ones to join, and I know that Krista has one currently, and her co-hosts, if I can remember, are Angel in Angel's Garden, Hamilton Homestead. There we go. Whew, that was painful. So there are a lot of fun collaborations to join in and to look up. And for Krista's, you put hashtag yeast fertilizer and show any different way that you have used the yeast fertilizer, which I am really enjoying right now. I think it's a great, great asset. This is what the shallot seeds look like. They're bigger than I thought they would be. And you plant them a 1/4 inch deep. So I'll just put these all around here. And then I'm just going to cover it with some, first of all, I'll water it, of course. I do have water underneath that I did first before I put the seeds on. But we'll give it some more water and cover it up just a tiny bit. And then I'll put it on the heat mat. I was able to plant some of the holy myrrh-bearer tomato, and I looked up the history to it. And it was bred in the 1800s by Russian monks. The monks shared with a sister monk who shared with Christy Appelhans. I did a quick Google search on Christy Appelhans, and if this is the right one, she is a doctor and she deals with naturopathic medicine, holistic medicine. So if you know anything else about her, you've heard about her, please let me know down in the comments below. So I'm assuming this is where the connection comes through, and I think she works for Herbalife, but I'm not sure. So anyway, Christy Appelhans received these seeds, and then Kids Seed Company received some of the tomato seeds from a friend from the Holy Myrrh Bearers Monastery in Otago, New York. The reason I mention this at all is just to emphasize how hard people have to work sometimes to keep certain varieties from going extinct. Well, if you get down to it, to keep any variety, but the rarer ones like this and Giant Crimson, they're not maybe as well known, they're not as desired as some of the other basic ones that just seem to be really popular now. And what was popular now may not have been popular 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. Different varieties are popular at different times. And I know for a surety that there are so many, many, many more varieties of tomatoes available. And I think that would go for peppers and other things as well. So this is another very interesting story of where the origin of the Holy Myrrh Bearers tomato came from. And the myrrh bearers were people in the New Testament, at least in this instance, that took Jesus down from the cross and wrapped him in cloths and treated him with myrrh and different things and took care of his body. So it does have a New Testament correlation and quite a history to it. So I thought you might enjoy that story. I'm sorry this has been such a long video today, but we've had a lot of fun and bought some new seeds and came up with a new story for a new tomato. So we have all sorts of things to share. But I'm going to plant some of the beefy purple tomato bush and the chocolate cherry. This is a pole tomato. And the rainbow blend, that's a pole cherry. Golden nugget, artisan bumblebee blend. And I really appreciate Botanical Interest for saying exactly what it is here. It's a pole cherry. So that would make it an indeterminate because it's a vining tomato and it climbs. And the same thing with the red and yellow pear blend. This one I'm growing for my sweet grandson that I love very much. I love them all very much. So I think I'm going to end it here, not make you sit through watching me plant these tomatoes. But I have the cups all ready and I have my packets ready, and I'm just going to put on a favorite show and sit here with the heater on and just relax and enjoy myself. So I'm going to wish you a wonderful day. Try to stay warm if it's cold out there like it is here. Be careful in the areas where there's a lot of tornado activity. Oklahoma, Texas, Mississippi, clear up to Tennessee, different places. I'm thinking of you and praying for you. I hope you guys take care of yourself and keep yourself safe. So you guys all take care. Thanks for your love and support, and we will see you on the next video. Thanks for stopping by.